everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Wonder Woman Says.
Woo.
Yeah. I know before we start, kind of got something funny to share. I know what you about to see is actually a reshoot, believe it or not, because we tried this before once, and I don't know why the camera seemed like it didn't want to take it, so hopefully you get to see this one.
Oh, this time the camera's gonna take it. Take it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to hope so too.
Alright, so let's raw dog this doubly penetrative double feature. What are we starting with over here?
Yeah, I know DC then finally gave Mary Marvel a spotlight for once and gave her her own miniseries. It's called The New Champion of Shazam. I knew I had to read this one when I saw it because I always felt like Mary Marvel's just underappreciated, and I feel like she deserves a chance to shine away from Billy Batson and the others. I think she could be just as popular as, Wonder Woman, or at least as popular as, I know she's not quite a hero as Harley Quinn. I still think she could hold her own with them. Also, I know, just love this shot of her right here. This is just great cover art right here.
Very Alex Ross.
Yeah. So here we see Mary reminiscing on her life, all the different things she's been through and all the different things she's been.
And apparently her love of Alan Alda.
Yeah.
Why would she have a poster of that?
I don't know. They never do explain it.
Maybe she's just like really into MASH?
Possibly. And then we see one of her past foster homes where she met the people that would make up the Marvel family. How she met Billy and the others. You see them as they grow up together too. And as they eventually do become the Marvel family. Then we see a glimpse of her current foster parents.
Is she at like a different house, or is this her parents currently?
Actually, my bad. Actually, yeah, this is the current house. Yeah, actually, yeah. You were right that time, yeah.
Because I was like, if she's gone to a different foster home in such a short period of time, that's like a lot of backstory they skipped over.
Oh, actually, they pretty much, because you pretty much could see like she was like a baby here, and you see her as a kid later, and see her like kind of on the verge of puberty here, and how they start getting up to college age and all that stuff. She's actually getting ready to say goodbye to her foster parents because she's leaving for college. She actually arrives at this campus, which I think is beautifully detailed in this cover, on this artwork right here.
We're both having trouble with words today.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe we maxed our brain out when we played Clue earlier.
Your first time and you won.
Yeah.
Using my guess, I might add.
Yeah, I didn't expect to win, to be honest. But yeah, you see Mary excited to finally be there because she wanted to go to this school for years.
Mm-hmm.
We see Mary meet the girls who are going to be her roommates for the semester. She's nervous as all hell as she meets them because she's anxious to impress them.
Is it just me or does that one girl look kind of like Angelica Rose? Or Angelica Ross, one of the two. We saw her speak at the Trans March.
Yeah, she kind of does a little bit now that you bring it up. I wasn't thinking about it when I read it, but yeah, now I can see that.
Is it Rose or Ross?
I think it's Ross, I think.
All right, Angelica Ross.
Yeah, because she do look like she could be trans, though.
Cool.
She do kind of look, at least to me anyway. Of course, we see Mary kind of nervous because she don't know how she's gonna, get these girls to like her. So they ask her for a name. She says it's Marina, even though it's really Mary. They actually take a liking to that, thinking that her name is actually cool.
Well, who among us hasn't given a false name on the first day of school?
Yeah.
In high school, they thought my name was Ringo.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And we see the girls head off to an orientation presentation. Or something strange is about to happen.
He's a bunny.
Yeah. Turns out, the rabbit. Well, turns out the rabbit was sent from Billy Batson to convey a message that she's needed to take up the mantle of Shazam, since Billy Batson's still stuck in the rock of eternity and can't do anything. Mary actually refuses this time. She just wants to settle down, focus on college, and I guess get past being a superhero. But the rabbit just ain't hearing that.
Of course, why would you want to save the world when you can study liberal arts?
Yeah. Actually, she's going to school for biomed, something like that. The rabbit won't let up. Now, like, the others can actually hear her talking to the rabbit. Of course, the people can't hear the rabbit talking. Only she could hear it. So they start looking at her like she's crazy. She starts to head out of the auditorium so that everybody can't see it. She pretty much starts to beg the rabbit to let her go, find someone else to be Shazam. With the rabbit saying it needs to be her. It needs to be her only. So then the rabbit puts a spell on her. She casts into what I'm assuming is a different timeline.
That's gotta make Freddie Marvel feel like shit.
Yeah. Here we see her roommates and several other people tied up in what's appearing to be a bank robbery by this fella right here, who we gonna find out is called the Disaster Master. Cause he's angry too. He's trying to get this vault open. He wants everybody to shut up so we can concentrate.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. And then when Mary says something that angers him, so then he pretty much starts threatening to hurt everybody. He does manage to get the vault open, but Mary senses the danger. She actually go ahead and says the word and become Mary. Marvel says Shazam, which begins the battle with her and the Disaster Master. I'm not gonna take you beyond this because we don't do spoilers for new titles on this show, unless the title kind of gives away the ending or something like that. Then we might go ahead and do it then.
So if we ever review John dies at the end, you'll know why.
Yeah. I like this a lot, actually. I think this is long overdue for Mary Marvel. I think it's a shame Mary didn't get this chance years earlier. Mary's just been stuck in Billy's shadow for decades now. She's finally getting her just due with this miniseries, which I hope leads into a bigger one. I think she has what it takes to possibly get on the same level as Wonder Woman or Harley Quinn. I know she's not with DC, Marvel's Captain Marvel. I think she has what it takes to stand next to them and become a real superstar. But I like how this whole story is going about Mary trying to fit in college. I know it's something that some people can relate to. I know you can relate to it yourself when you went to VCU.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely have to give this a 9. Like I said, this cover is epic right here. I love the artwork and everything in this story. I just hope these 4 issues ain't gonna be it, because there's just so much they can do with this character. I look forward to issue number 2, that's for sure.
Alrighty, so very quickly, because the air conditioning is not turned on and it's very hot in here, let's get into Dazzler.
Dazzler, yeah, the blast from the past.
Dazzler, as they would say in French.
Yeah, it's probably what they called her too, for real, over there. We take you back in April 1982. This is Dazzler number 14.
With my girl She-Hulk.
Yeah.
And everyone's favorite insurance company, Blue Shield, in the back there.
Yeah. LA, which I'm assuming is a motel room, possibly. We see a guy who was a sniper who was getting ready to go to work. He's getting all his guns ready and stuff. We see Dazzler, aka Allison, being goaded by her. I'm assuming one of her managers that they need to catch the flight to get to LA so they can perform the show. Cause Allison taking the sweet time, grabbing everything she can. They finally do get to the cabin and get to the airport and get on the plane, head off to the West Coast. And we find out Dazzler and her band are opening up for this pop star. Well, Dazzler's nervous, she always is before she takes the stage.
The only thing you need to know about this pop star is that he looks like Geddy Lee's brother, who's a dick.
Yeah.
We call him Dickie Lee.
Yeah. Of course, she's confronted by him. She pretty much tells him to take whatever the audience throws at her just to be glad she's getting paid for it, which really offends Allison too. Now she feel like she got something to prove. They take the stage. Of course, Dazzler ends up using her magical powers to get the audience captivated as they play the music. Because the audience starts taking a serious liking to the band. But meanwhile, there's trouble in the crowd. The Dazzler senses a sniper's beam coming from somewhere. She's trying to figure out what to do about it without disrupting the show. She sends a light force towards the sniper's way and throws off his aim. He ends up hitting the wrong person. Of course, that person, unfortunately for him, turns out to be the Blue Shield, which we see him become here.
I want to talk to you about your medical insurance.
He starts trying to goad the mobsters of information on who is trying to kill him, because they won't tell him. The mobsters hightail it out of the show, go back to their headquarters, where you start to find out they got a plan for everything to try to get the Blue Shield.
Yep, and I just gotta give it up my girl's ass right there.
Yeah, turns out they got their hands on She-Hulk via an accident she was in. One of the mobsters came to her aid, but when they found out who she was, they ended up taking her instead while she was down and out.
And now they're mind controlling her with science.
Yeah.
What is it I'm always saying to you? Math is how the devil tricks us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dazzler and one of her bandmates are kidnapped because there's a guy named Lance. They suspect him of being the Blue Shield, but Lance don't know what they're talking about. But they don't believe him. They figure he's gotta be him because he was there. So. Of course, they won't talk, so they get the She-Hulk out to try to beat it out of him. The guy, believing he could take her on, tries to actually fight her, but then she throws him across the room. And Dazzler tries to go after her. Of course, she tries to use one of her light tricks, but that doesn't do nothing to She-Hulk at all. She-Hulk just kind of laughs it off, I guess you could say. Because she quickly goes to attack her, too.
Yep.
Dazzler starts feeling the punishment. She tries to retreat, try to figure out a game plan, but then next thing you know, She-Hulk
truck there.
Yeah, she tore that whole thing down to get the Dazzler.
Damn near tears her dress off too.
Yeah. Dazzler tries to fight back to the best of her abilities. Of course, it ain't much compared to what She-Hulk is dishing out. After she kicks She-Hulk, she tries to get in the truck and try to figure out how she gonna get away from the scene. Meanwhile, Lanston already left while all this is going on. Of course, She-Hulk ain't letting Dazzler get away. But then she speeds off so fast, She-Hulk is thrown from the truck.
And it punches the science right out of her head.
Yeah.
Instant vivification.
That does end up being enough to bring She-Hulk back to her senses. And then meanwhile, see the actual Blue Shield show up to I guess you could say, foil the proceedings. They finally come to realization Lance wasn't the Blue Shield after all. And then meanwhile, Dazzler's trying to figure out what's going on, but then you see She-Hulk kind of grab her. Turns out She-Hulk is actually not under the mind control anymore. She thanked her for, I guess you could say, freeing her. She actually gained some respect for Dazzler too, for having the guts to fight her back. They start to kind of become friends. They talk as they hightail it out. She-Hulk drives Dazzler back to the auditorium when she do to perform with her band. Cause they get there, She-Hulk pretty much says that they're friends now, and she speeds off. And meanwhile, Dazzler ends up actually getting signed to a deal. And they were so impressed with how well they did it the last show. And that's like a happy ending for Dazzler.
And of course, the Dick is like, ah.
Yeah.
I'll get you, Dazzler.
Yeah. Like I say, I don't really. I mean, Dazzler, I don't think she's the worst character ever by any means. It's just one of those take it or leave it characters in comics where she's only as good as whoever's writing for her is. Sometimes you can tell when they have a direction for her. And other times you can tell she's just there to fill an issue for the month. They don't really know what they're doing.
So out of 5.
I'll give this one a 4. Obviously, She-Hulk really helped this book out a lot.
She always does.
Shield did too, because honestly, it wasn't really nothing going on with Dazzler. You know, if these two didn't show up, all she was doing was just performing the shows and stuff. So.
Alrighty, so what we got on the docket for next time?
Next time, we want to review the Blade Runner book that came out last week. It's just called, I think it's called Blade Runner Ellie, if I'm not mistaken. And then Blast from the Past is going to be Lecture number 1 from 1996. I definitely can't wait for that. It's going to be a good episode. We're going to film it real soon, too.
We also got a con coming up we're going to do.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Try to get in this costume contest. Hopefully win, too. Also, I ain't going to be wearing this costume for that contest. I got another one for that.
Yep. And also, feet.
Yeah.
Feet.
Yeah. But yeah, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and we appreciate the support. We had 1,900 views, less than 1,000 views away from 2,000. Thank you a lot for all the views. We definitely appreciate it. We can't wait for the next episode. Thank you for all you've done for us.
You rock.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.